Hi. Good morning, campers. The one of the problems with having a really big ass whiskey collection is, you got to have a room designated to it. Uh, I might have a bit of a hoarding problem, and should my house ever catch a blaze, the St. Joe Fire Department's be really pissed off at me, especially because of this room. And you can't even see what I'm looking at down here and back here. So I've decided that I'm going to turn a closet in this room into another level of the whiskey cave. Put some doubles, triples, what have you, of my favorites, and I don't know. Just hide some shit back there that we don't want the world to know that I like Traveler. I like Traveler. Fuck you. Today, though, we're we're doing some shit that I really like. Four Roses. I went to their distillery last April. God, it was so amazing. They had just opened their new visitor center. It was so beautiful. It was just gorgeous. It was awesome, and that whole distillery is just so cool. And I love Four Roses. Everything Four Roses, especially the Small Batch Select, which is my favorite Four Roses pour. It's just a banana bread bomb. The finish is just it. You get banana bread. It makes me think of my grandma, which she'd probably be yelling at me if she knew how much I drank. But she's got her own problems to worry about. I love Four Roses. I just have a soft spot for them. It's a number one, it's quality, and number two, they could be bigger. Okay, growing up, hair metal. I was a Brittany Fox fan. Ever heard of Brittany Fox? No. Okay. How about Kix? Kix. Ever hear of them? No. How about Junkyard? Well, let me tell you what. They all could have been bigger. I think they all chose not to be. Cinderella, ever hear of them? Out of New Jersey, followed Bon Jovi around. God, they sounded like AC/DC and Aerosmith as one friggin' band. They were amazing. Just never quite hit that holy shit Taylor Swift mark that they should have, but I think it's because they chose not to. And I get that feeling. Four Roses, they're a big deal. The top five, okay? Top five in Kentucky, they're a big deal. But they could be number one if they chose to be. If they chose to be. They've got the history, they've got the look, they've got the product. But you know what? Heavy lies the crown. Okay? So while I was at the distillery, I picked up this bad boy. I broke the seal here, but I have not popped the cork. I'm popping the cork just for you, okay? This was about $100. I went into the visitor center. They were offering up two different drops that day. Basically, it was two different batches. This one, single barrel, private selection, and it is specially selected by Master Distiller Brent Elliott, Elliott. Weird that a guy with the last name of Elliott should know a thing or two about good bourbon. This is from the OESK batch, their recipe, if you will. OESK is a little higher rye. It's 20% rye, as a matter of fact, with a light spice. This was bottled on December of 2023. So it's not that old a bottle, but who gives a shit how the bottle is, how the juice is, how good the juice is? Because the juice could be a year old. Weirdest thing. This cat right here, New Florence, Missouri, wood hat, rapid aging stuff. He gets so much wood and oak in everything he does because he's putting it in shipping containers. And I don't know if you've ever suffered a Missouri summer or a Missouri winter, but it's Minnesota and Texas. So times that by a shipping container, holy shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a yes. Four Roses, the sweetheart of Kentucky. None of that. None of the Mad Hatter craziness. Okay? This is just good Kentucky whiskey. Good Kentucky bourbon. I walk in. I asked the fella, hey, which one of those do you suggest? And he said the OESK. Hands down. He said they're both good. You're not going to be upset with either one, but you want the OSK. I'm like, really? Because you haven't even really asked me what I'm into. And he's like, do you like high rye bourbon? Do you like spice? Or do you like fruity sweetness? Well, as a matter of fact, I'm kind of fond of high rye bourbon. He goes, exactly. You want the OASK. So apparently the people working at Four Roses are clairvoyant because he saw me walking up and said, this son of a bitch likes high rye bourbon. We're about to find out if he was right. Went into Bubbles. Now, okay, so this fella I've had it for a while. It's a typical single barrel. It does not say the mash bill anywhere, but I really like this bottle a lot. Now, I went into Bubbles and they had an OESK at 100 proof, and they had an OBSF. Now, wait for it. OBSF, mint, fruity, spicy, full body. Well, I'm not going to be mad at that. OESK, spicy, full body. So, man, I really, really like a high rye bourbon. I have just fell off the cliff and fell in love with high rye bourbons. Like everybody else, I started out, and I still love this bottle, sweet wheat, honey, honey, honey. But as I've grown, that the quality and what you get from a high rye bourbon is just, it's such a unique experience. You'll find yourself being taken back to a time before your grandparents were born, where rye whiskey ruled the world and ruled the Old West. And you feel that. Okay, that was complete bullshit. I just like the way it tastes. Fresh cork pop on the OBSF, which has a little mint and fruit. I'm gonna bet I like this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, Jessica. Now, the ones that I had unopened and sealed, I went ahead because I'm gonna open the pallet up with a little bit of the small batch. It would be small batch select, but I can't keep that goddamn bottle on my bar. I keep drinking it. It's my daily sipper. And it's $49 now because whiskey's taken. That's the best news I ever got because I'm not invested in whiskey. I drink whiskey. I don't have stock in bourbon. I put it in my goddamn belly. This one. Shelly. I've been waiting since April to open that bottle. And you know what? Oh, god damn. Fuck. Yeah, it's worth the wait. Again, this is an OESK private selection from Brent Elliott, the distiller himself. These, I saw a red label and I'm attracted to red flags. Weirdest thing. And at Bubbles, and I bought them both because, quite frankly, I love this bottle of single barrel, which I've yet to still find the goddamn batch on. I love this small batch. You know, I haven't had a Four Roses I've not liked, come to think of it. I'm really happy I'm doing this. That's how much I like Four Roses. And I just don't think they get the hype they deserve for the quality of bourbon that they produce. And holy shit, look how dark that is. That thing is going to get profiled unjustly. Anyway, open up the palate with the small batch. Great bottle by itself. Great goddamn bottle by itself. It would be the small batch select, but like I said, I just can't keep it. This is a 90 proofer. Love this bottle. You get everything you want from Four Roses from that bottle, except a bit higher proof. Oh, by the way, 100. 122.8. That's a yes. Okay. The color and the proof and the fact that it says Four Roses, I really don't even have to taste that. I know. I'm going to have cottage cheese. Lovely. But anyway, the small batch, which is about a $30 bottle, roughly, and that's where I like to live. And if I can get a good pour of Four Roses for $30, I'm pulling a goddamn trigger. Definitely a 90 proofer. It's a bit watery, but the flavor is Four Roses perfection. Not quite as good as the small batch select, but the $10 more you got to spend on that bottle is completely worth it. But you still get little hints of the banana bread. You still get everything you love about Four Roses. The small batch is a great bottle. That's a really good bottle. And right now it's Christmas time, and they've got every liquor store I go into has this bottle and a couple of Four Roses glasses. If you got a buddy you're looking for a present for and he's into bourbon, grab that for him. And you know what? It's going to get gay at work. There's going to be some hugs. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with hugging over whiskey. Yep. All right. Palate's opened. We're going to start with a single barrel we've already had open for a while that we know we love. I need to cleanse my palate. See, and it's just that much better. It's just a little, the proof and the thickness. I know it's going to be thicker, but that proof is there, and that little something is there. Yeah, it's definitely thicker. It's, I'm going to use that term smooth again that everybody hates, but it really is. It just, it glides across your tongue. It's just a good pour of whiskey. It's a great bourbon. You cannot go wrong with a Four Roses single barrel. I don't care if it's a store pick. Um, I don't care if it's one of these, whatever batch, because there's 10 batches, all with their own unique little. It doesn't matter. They're all amazing. This is just so good. God damn. Four Roses. God bless them. Heard a weird historical thing. It may or may not be true about how the founder of Four Roses fell in love with a girl, and if she wanted him to, she was going to show up at some dance wearing a corsage with four roses, and she did. But then he ended up not marrying the bitch. But he still made good whiskey, and I guess the Four Roses thing came from her. Now, this may or may not be true. It may just be an urban legend, but man, cool. If she inspired him to make this, what a fox. What a fox. Okay, so this is the OBSF, which I've never had before. I am familiar with the OESK, and I know I like it. I have not had this version of the OESK, which is the Master Distillers Select. But this one's supposed to be fruitier. And hold on, let's just talk about it again because I cooked with aluminum. OBSF, mint, fruity, spicy, full body. So that means there's going to be a little rye spice in there too. And I get a little mint and some fruit in there. This might be my new favorite Four Roses. I'm getting a lot more proof than it is on the nose. I know it's 100 proof, and I don't want to say only 100 proof because 100 proof is where you want to be. It's 50%. That could go either way. It's either good or bad. But there is definitely some fruit. And it just smells like quality goddamn bourbon, dude. You just want to put it in your mouth. Like jail. What? Okay. That's really good. It's a bit tamer than just the regular old single barrel off the shelf. There's almost a little floral note. I'm not picking up any mint, but I am picking up some fruit. That's and then that nice whiskey grab you on the end, just I'm gonna hug you. That's a really good pour. OBSF will drink again. Highly recommend. God damn, that's fucking good. I mean, it's not Coy Hill. But that's gonna be one of the best pours I've had this year. That's exquisite. I use the word exquisite a lot because I just discovered it. Okay, that's not true. I've heard it throughout my whole life, but I've never known how to spell it until recently. God, that's good. I'm an OESK fan. OBSF is a yes. That's a yes. God damn, that's a yes. It makes me happy on the inside. Hold on, something's bothering me. That's better. Stand still, Letty! Sorry, I've got my soldiers lined up for the next video already down here. We're going to do some wild turkey because Jimmy Russell's a bad motherfucker and I keep kicking the shit out of him. All right, it is time for what I thought was my favorite blend variety batch mash bill, if you will, of Four Roses in the OESK. And it may still be because it smells so good. God damn, I love Four Roses. You can tell there's a little bit more spice on this one on the nose. Oh, it's just slick. It's like oil, rye spice, little sweetness, definitely banana bread. God damn, that's so good. It is hard to pick a winner. I'm just telling you. They're so I know you're going to look at the bottles and you're going to go, well, it's Four Roses. How different can it be? They are, man. They're different. This one's got more rye spice. This one's got more fruit. They're not bullshitting. But at the same time, there's that Four Roses yumminess that just makes me happy in both of these. God damn, I don't have a winner. I don't think I do. All right, okay, let's. God, the longer it stays. The OESK is what I'm about. The OBSF is a nice surprise because I'm not as familiar with other mash bills in the Four Roses library, if you will. Goddamn, that's good. This is still fucking amazing. And if this is what I can pick up at the store for $39 at Bubbles in Parkville, what's in there that I had to go to Kentucky for? And Brent Elliott himself said, this is good. I'm not sure I can film what's going to happen to me physically when I drink that. Well, I can film it. This just may not be the social media for it. Maybe something else completely. But here we fucking go. Oh, God, that is. There's going to be a couple Four Roses that hit my best pour of 2024. And if the nose on this is any indication of how amazing it is, it's probably going to be one of them. you get the proof. There's no doubt that you're about to put something in you that is 120 plus. But there is a spice in there that just makes you want to drink it. Oh, god damn, that is just such a good nose. And on the end of it, you get that little bready thing. It's not even the nose to me on Four Roses did not. It's the flavor that's banana bread. The nose is just like a yeasty bread, like a rye bread or a sourdough bread. Just that warm bread. And all that spice. Yeah. Here's to pussy and whiskey. Okay. I would drive back to Kentucky and do devious, horrible, demeaning things to Brent Elliott to get another bottle of that. And I mean, cousins shouldn't do that. Even in Kentucky. There is a caramel, not a, is it? I don't even know what it is. It's a candy on the front, but then it's, you don't have it long enough to call it sweet. And then there's spice and oh god, that's delicious. Man, I was through the moon when I tried Coy Hill for the first time in a previous video. This is close. This is so close. This is such an amazing pour of bourbon. It's thick. It's proofy. It's got a hug. It's got a hug that lets you know you're alive. But it's not unpleasant. It's not that white dog, holy shit, what the fuck did I put in me? It's warm. But the flavor and the thickness is just on point. Sweet, spicy. I don't know. That might be. Ooh, I don't want to say it's number one, but that might be the best. Oh, I'm going to have to go head to head. Because I said sampling Coy Hill for the first time was the best pour I've had this year. I want to say it about this bottle. I want to say it. It's got, I've got to go head to head with it. So in a future video, and all right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my top 10 pours of 2024. Okay? You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh, yeah! It's happening. It's happening. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know where anything is because I've moved everything, because I've changed the goddamn lights around. I will tell you, though, before 2024 ends, and I hate to see 2024 end because it's been such a fucking phenomenal year. It's been interesting politically. It's been interesting socially. It's been really fucking cool for Bourbon. And it's been good to me. On that note, though, that's a yes. That's a store pick. It's a rare store pick. This it batted right up against it, but the Coy Hill, I don't know which one was best. I don't know. I just don't know. And then there's so many things that I just absolutely loved. This guy, this double oak from Peerless, the bourbon. I mean, come on. And then people are calling this the Bargain Bin 107. I shop in the Bargain Bin, okay? And they're right. $50. That's quality weeder. That was one of the best pours I've had this year, for sure. But what I haven't done, I have not done my cigar run yet, which would include the Joseph Magnus. I haven't tried it. I just don't know. These two right here are in a fist fight for number one for best pour I've had this year. I can't believe I waited this long to open that up. God damn, it's so good. There's almost a little bit of honey or a little bit of graham cracker too. And then there's that banana bread. Just right at the end. Man, Four Roses. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I almost want to do these two just head to head. And I know this may not be something everybody can grab because it was a special private release. But this ain't something everybody can grab. I put it on Only Drams. It said unicorn. It had a horn coming out of its head immediately. There were alarms going off. The freaking Secret Service was at my house. Okay, no, they weren't, but they probably should have been. Oh, what a treat. What a treat. That's like sex in a bathroom at a bar. You don't see it coming. When it happens, you're like, oh, these mirrors flip down over the toilet for that? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Four Roses, folks. You can't go wrong. I will say, if you're wanting to sample Four Roses and you haven't before, try this little guy right here. $20-ish. It's 80 proof. You're not going to get the coating or the excitement that I have for that guy. It's not even as good as this fella, but it'll tell you if it's what you're looking for. It'll give you an idea. And then once you have what I would say, and I like to sample everything neat. Okay? If I'm trying it, I want it neat. I got a buddy, Josh, Big Josh. He likes everything on the rocks. Hey, man, That's your vibe. Do it. Do it to it. I don't care how you drink it. Just get it in you, man. Just get it in you. But I like to go neat because it lets me know exactly what's in that bottle. I go neat. I go naked. And then okay, so you go, oh, there's some stuff in there I like, but there's some that's a bottom shelfer. You're exactly right. It is a bottom shelfer, but it makes it a fucking exquisite old faction. Old faction. What? Old faction. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I just like Four Roses. And if you're interested in going down that rabbit hole, I don't suggest that you spend over $100 at the distillery jumping in because it might not be for you. But 20 some bucks, yes. This is 30 to 40. Same here, same here. This 30 plus. I highly recommend the Barrel Select. If you are someone who already has their palate established and you know what you like and you have not jumped off into the Four Roses pool yet, I would recommend the Barrel Select. And I've seen it, especially at Justin's and Lenexa, down in price, $39. It's a $40 bottle for something I can't keep on my bar because I keep drinking it. I'd start there. This to me, that's a mixer. Okay, that's a mixer. All of these though, neat pour. Can't go wrong with Four Roses. You can't go wrong with Four Roses. I'm like king of the fucking hobos. I love Four Roses. I think maybe I'm going to do a video where I just head to head Coy Hill with this distiller's selection. But at the same time, and that's going to have to decide what my number one is because it's one of these two. For the year of 2024, it's one of these two. Stay tuned. Thanks for playing.